Friends, thank you for watching my channel. I just want to remind you, if you need wallpaper, go to www.wallpaperboulevard.com. Tell them Spencer sent you. In fact, if you use my hashtag, Spencer Colgan is wallpaper, they'll be sure to give you a 10% off at your checkout. No matter how much you order, they have a wide selection of wallpaper. Check it out. Tell them I said hello. The title of this video is Painters Love to Cheat. I'm working for a very good client who purchased this home, which came painted with the least expensive paint that the builder could use, and apparently the least expensive labor available. I didn't touch this. This is existing. This is what I did here. I just wallpapered this wall. Now I know you love the work here, but I wanted to talk about today's labor quality. Number one, if you are the type of contractor who gets up and gets to the job by 8:30 in the morning, doesn't talk on your cell phone, doesn't smoke cigarettes on the person's property, you're branded, which means you have a logo, you are the owner, you work for yourself, I'm talking to you. You need to raise your prices, because what you're looking at is more than half of your competition. If this is not you, then you have to raise your prices. Spencer's going to give you a 20% raise today. On your next job, come up with the price that you would have charged yesterday and add 20%. And when you get hired, you can thank me. I want you to get back to me and say, "Thank you, Spencer, it worked." This is your competition. This is my competition right here. What you're looking at is they cut the top, meaning they went around and cut the line, right? And they did it once, and then they let it dry. They probably had a cigarette and came back and rolled the wall. Look at these cheaters. Look at this. Look close, and you will see the miserable halo effect. Do you see the lighter color at the top? That's because, number one, the paint is cheap. Number two, he only gave the customer one coat. You see that horizontal discoloration up there? That's because of two reasons. He only gave it one coat and he didn't keep it wet. So let's fix it for the customer, okay? And you know what this is. I'm going to tell you why this happened. I'm going to tell you why. This is not the fault of capital. Not at all. Capital didn't do this. What do I mean by capital? The people hiring you, they represent capital. This is labor. This is a problem of labor. A laborer did this because capital offered a low price for labor. And labor used common sense. Well, he's not paying me well. I don't have any interest in the outcome of this job. Now, guys and gals, just trust me. If you allow somebody to pay you chump change, that's not capital's fault. You know that. That's your fault. And I'm going to tell you why you take chump change. Now, don't get insulted. I'm going to tell you why, but it's going to hurt your ego. You don't think you're worth more, but you are. If you don't do this to people, you deserve more money. So let's use some common sense and some probability. Now this is 50% of what I see. Okay? This is half of the work I see when I go into homes. So if you do the numbers, eventually they gotta hire you because so many people are giving this kind of product, this kind of result. So if you raise your prices and half of the people turn you down, half of the people are gonna hire you. Don't sell yourself short. Let me ask you something, and I don't care what country you're in. Who makes more money? The painter who goes out 5 days a week to work, making $600 a day? Or you, the painter who goes out 3 days a week and makes $3,000 a week? Who makes more money? The guy who leaves his house less. The guy who doesn't drive 300 extra miles in a week. The guy who gets to stay home longer. Add 20% and let me know how it works out. Who's working more? Who's getting in his truck every day, driving, setting up? Don't let it be you. The point is, if you get 3 customers a week, instead of 5, but you're making more money for the time that you're not home in 3 days, you're doing a lot better. You see, when the painter did this wall, that's what he did first. And then I'm telling you, he let it dry. Believe me, he let it dry. Because not only is it discolored, it has a certain factor to it that indicates it dried. It has it's a different sheen, okay? It's a different sheen to this halo up here. Look at that. I didn't touch that. Look at the mess. That's not your work, right? So if it's not your work, and you know you're worth more, I'm here to tell you, charge more. Get yourself a logo. Get yourself a truck that's wrapped. This shirt was $20. You know what this means when I go in somebody's house? It means a lot psychologically to the customer. And my truck is not dilapidated. You gotta have a nice vehicle. And it should have a label on it. Not a sticker, a label, a brand. Trust me when I tell you, I'm here to help you. Okay. The reason I had the paintbrush out is because the contractor grade paint is junk and it comes off the wall, which I told the customer. I said it's gonna come off the wall. So, you look a lot better when you tell them what's gonna happen rather than letting it happen and then the customer sees it. But that was my job. But this is what I do too. And the guy's a good guy. I wanted to touch it up, make it look better. Let's check out the lines. Look at this slop. You know what they did here? Instead of painting the wall, they painted the wall first and then took a brush and tried to be Superman and cut the white against this. And that's why it's so ugly and crooked. So for the folks who watch my channel, I'm giving you a 20% raise. All you need to do is the confidence. The next price, just trust me. On the very next price you give, add 20% and leave a note in the thing. Spencer, you were right. I got the job.